guys, my name is Rakhi Jha. I am a fluid artist. Today I am going to show you one of the uses of discarded coasters, and I know a lot of us have these at home, and instead of throwing them away, I would reuse them and I would do a different design on them, and it just comes out so fabulous. My art brand is called Mohinima, and I do have a YouTube channel which I'm trying to build up, as well as I have quite a presence on Instagram. So it's going to be a resin pour, and I am going to use ArtResin. You can see that I've gone through this bottle. I use them quite a bit for my pieces, and I just love the clarity and the details it gives me. So today, this project is inspired by Mother Nature, by Earth. I am using a lot of paste pigments which are available on my website as well. And the colors that I'm using today are lots of greens and turquoise and white, and a bit of mica powder, which is a bronze, which I thought would look fabulous with greens. These are failed coasters. I have already done a design on this side. I'm going to show you how to do them on this. But before we get started on mixing the resin and the colors in them, what I'm going to do is just put liquid latex at the back of these coasters, so that when the resin drips fall off the sides with the back protected, when I remove the latex the next day, the drips come off. So we get a nice clean design even on the reverse side. So I am going to show you a technique which a lot of you guys may have seen with acrylic pouring using the hairdryer called the Dutch pour, but I do a lot of resin pours with the hairdryer. You can also use a heat gun. I prefer this. I feel like I have better control, and as well as better patterns, and the design comes out better. I need a cup. I have this with a measuring line so that I know exactly how to mix my resin, which is part A and part B, equal amounts. This is not by weight, this is by volume. Some popsicle sticks, some smaller cups for the resin that I'm going to distribute in these and mix different colors. A brush to put the liquid latex on the back side. So what we're going to do is we are going to be working on this side. So we are going to put liquid latex on this side. And you don't need to do the sides, because I like the resin to actually pour over the sides and just fall over. You need a blowtorch, a culinary blowtorch, to pop the air bubbles, as well as it helps in getting some cells. So I'm going to put latex on each one of these, and then I'm going to let that dry so that I can flip it over and start my design. So I waited about an hour and I turned on the fan, and it is completely dry, the latex. So I'm going to flip it, and let's now start mixing the resin. I think about 8 ounces should be enough for these coasters. So I'm going to do 4 of this, 4 of the hardener, and 4 of the resin. There we go. And I am going to mix this. I usually do 5 minutes. You can do up till 3 minutes. And I scrape around the sides as much as possible. And then just slowly go round and round mixing this. Because the more you do, the more air bubbles are going to get trapped in this, the more harshly you do it. And you can see that the resin starts off cloudy when you mix the hardener and the resin together, and then when you've mixed it enough, it turns clear. So now I'm going to distribute this in several cups, and I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4 colors and a base color, so 5 colors. And you know what? I might use a bigger cup for the base. I usually distribute the resin immediately after mixing. So for the base, I'm going to go with a translucent green. I just love the deep green color of this. It almost looks black, but it's actually a green. And when it mixes with the other colors, you will see that the green highlights come through. And I just put some. This is a lighter green. It's called pine green. There we go. Now let's do this beautiful, beautiful color called aquamarine. You'll see how beautiful these colors work together. The white I always put, this is ultra white, because it just, with the other colors, it just gives more shades of white. There we go. And lastly, it's a floating bronze copper color. You could use floating gold, you could use any mica powder, metallic, I just like to give it a little bit of an accent of a metallic. And this bronze or copper color, it's actually copper, looks amazing with greens and whites. I'm just going to take a tissue paper and I am just going to give these coasters, because they've been sitting around for a while, a wipe down with just isopropyl alcohol. And I'm just going to cover the entire surface of the coaster with this green color. And just with your popsicle stick, just move it towards the edges. Now we do just a quick once over with the blowtorch. All the bubbles are popping. So let's do one and then see if we like it, and then we do the same thing on the others. Actually, I'm going to go with the dark color first on the dark and just build my way towards it being lighter. Maybe a little bit of white and a bit of that copper color. And now with this hairdryer, I'm going to do a pattern. This and this could actually go like this, the other way around. And have a little bit of negative space. I just think it looks nice. So now I'm going to just take the blowtorch and go over it, see if any cells or any details want to pop, and that floating copper comes to the top. Just let it sit for a little while, and then you see better details on it. And you see how it went down the sides. You can just take this a little bit and do the sides if you want. But you could let the resin sit for a little while, and the more you let it sit, the thicker the resin gets, and the better it is for you to retain your design. Some of these designs, if the resin is too thin or towards the earlier part of its setting time, it just blends more and the initial design that you make sort of moves. So that's the one we did. And you can see the tiny cells that came up, and even more cells that are coming up over here. And look how gorgeous that looks. ArtResin, you've just given such beautiful, beautiful designs on these. So coming back the next day, and after pouring one more layer of the clear coat, I am going to take out the latex and the drips that form at the back of the coasters. So they easily come off. Hi guys, so this is the final step after you have top coated with clear resin on both sides. I would just take a leafing pen. These come in different colors. I just happen to like the gold. And then you would just go over the edges. Just like that. I hope you guys can see it, yeah. This is by Deco Color. You get Krylon as well. And there are quite a few brands out there that have these leafing pens. And then what I would do is I would just go over the top edge with the same pen. There we go. Let's do another one.